So how do you make up the essences?
Well, I have to say I'm merely a conduit. The essences come through me, and truly the timing is determined and decided exactly by the flowers themselves. I take into account the moon, the phases of the moon. I take into account the time of the day. I take into account whether a flower is in its full blooming time, or whether a flower is right at the end and is racing in at the last minute with its hat, holding onto its hat, going, I'm here, I'm going to make one last bloom before my time is over. Or I take into account whether it's an early bloomer. So all of those things help determine the timing of making up a flower essence. How I make them up then is taking all those things into account. There's my chookies, my lovely chookies. The girls are having a say. What I take into account also is as I said before, the time of the day. So is it a flower that I already have a clue as to its healing qualities? Because really I don't decide the healing qualities first. What happens is that when I sit down with a plant, it will tell me what its healing qualities are. So if I have sat with that plant and I have that flower and I have some idea of what its healing qualities are, then that will give me the clue as to what time of the day I'm going to make it up at. So is it something which is all about motivation, high energy, beginnings, early beginnings, new beginnings? Then I would make that up in the morning. Perhaps it might even be around sunrise. Perhaps it might be if there's hope or optimism for the journey. That might be when I would make it. If there's something about intense passion, about dealing with intense passion, it might be an essence I might make up in the middle of the day, because that's when the sun is at its highest, because the sun is an important factor. If it's about letting go, closing down, resolution, closure, then I might make that up towards the end of the day. So they're the factors that I would take into account. Then, as I said before, the phase of the moon might come into that as well, and so also might the season of the year. Once I've decided, okay, today's the day, then I do look out at the day and I say, are there clouds around? Because clouds will obliterate the sun, and they will actually interrupt that process of the sun, the light from the sun actually imbuing the water with the energy of the flower, because that's how it works. So I'll check out the sun. If I know that I've got a good stretch of sun, then I work with Grailhaven water, which is a sacred water. It's very important to use spring water. So I use Grailhaven water because Grailhaven water comes from a well which has only recently been tapped or retapped.